What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Look Ahead Show here on Tony's Picks with yours truly, Vegas Al here. It's been a little short hiatus here. I've had to, do here end of the year, beginning of the year. I call it degenerate week, pretty much. Tread lightly, start the year off, trying to put some winners in, get on the right track here. Long game. That's what I'm trying to play here. Long game with you guys. But it's amazing to be back. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, like and subscribe before we get into this action. We'll be giving you guys injury updates, line moves, try to get ahead of some of this action here. Some props as well I'll be giving you out today. We're going to cover the NBA, every single game, every single college basketball game, and then NHL as well. Great time of the year here where we can kind of hone in on these extra sports. Football's about to wind down here. Playoff football is now here. We won today. One bet only. Stuck with the Steelers there. Grabbed the 3.5 points. It moved up to 4.5. And, I got a little upset there. I would have obviously liked the extra point in my back pocket. It didn't matter anyways. Money line would have been nice as well. But, hey, started off the day today 1-0. Start our week off really 1-0. Ready to get into today or Monday's action here for January 5th. Excited here to be back on this Tony's Picks Look Ahead show for you guys. Let's go right on over to the NBA here to start the show. We're going to start with the first game of the NBA slate, Knicks and Pistons here. Real quick, give you guys a line and then some injury updates. Line on this, it's been moving a little bit, 2-3 between the Knicks. I see 2.5, total 235.5. Couple guys injured here on the Pistons, making me look really the Knicks' way. Let me read you the injury report here. Pistons also on that back-to-back. Injury report-wise, we got Wendell Moore here, game-time decision with the hamstring, kind of a come-off-the-bench wing. But then LeVert now is updated to game time with the knee. But Durant and Tobias Harris are the two big pieces here. That makes me get on the Knicks. Again, Knicks, pretty deep team still. OG Anunoby comes to mind. Brunson. I think Karl-Anthony Towns has a huge day tomorrow. Paul Reed, Isaiah Stewart, really the two bigs that will be rotating in for the Pistons. Obviously, some guys deep off the bench may come in and produce a little bit of minutes here. But I think Karl-Anthony Towns has a big day. I like the 30-plus point prop for Cat. And I like the Knicks here. I'd lay it. I'd take the -3 here. Just looking at some of the numbers as well. As of recently, let me go here. Knicks last 20 games, 14-6. Last 20 games versus Detroit, 15-5. Again, the injury report advantage here. Got to go with the Knicks in the first game of the slate here, NBA action. All right, we're moving right along to the Bulls. Celtics, 10.5 point spread here. Total sitting around 235.5. Bulls are on a nice little 7-3 ATS run. 5-0 ATS road run, on the road playing pretty well. But you look at how they've played against Boston, 2-5 ATS-wise last 7 meetings. Injury report is a little bit scary looking at it from a Chicago standpoint. Get to it here real quick. Giddey's still out. Zach Collins out. Jabari Smith out. Jabari Smith. Kobe White game time decision. Flowers out as well. About 5 or 6 pieces missing here possibly for the Bulls. Really just Ron Harper will be out more than likely for the Celtics. Still like the Bulls. Playing some pretty good basketball as of late. I like the Ayo Dosunmu prop of about a 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's been around 23 or 24 the past couple games. I think we see a slight increase in production here, especially with a possibility of no Kobe White and no Josh Giddey. Still 10.5 points to me feels like a little too much. Have no problem here backing the Bulls here, plus the 10.5. All right, sliding right on over to this Hawks and Raptors game. This one here, injury report wise, we'll start it there. 1 second. I'm seeing here Kennard game time. Trae Young is out again now. And then Dante here out for the season, obviously. But Chucky Hepburn and Jakob Poeltl here possibly out for the Raptors tomorrow. Either way, both of these teams have been trending to the over. Spread is 3.5 in the Raptors' favor at home. Hawks here, but the total 236.5. What do you call it? Hawks, third in pace in the NBA. Obviously, 5 out of the last 6 road games for them have gone over as well. 8 out of the last 11 for the Raptors have gone under, but again, I think the Raptors force a high-paced game. You look at the last 10 meetings between these two teams, 6-4 to the over. Again, Hawks 6-12 ATS-wise, though, in Toronto, even though I kind of want to take those points, I'm going to stay away. I'm going to go with the over here in this one. I think we see plenty of offense. And then just a sneaky prop here has been this Onyeka Okongwu here, center out of USC, the 6'11 kid. 26.5 PRA, points, rebounds, and assists. He got like 5 or 6 assists the other night. Consistent, 20-8, 18-10 type production as of late. So Onyeka Okongwu here, 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. But a lean to the over here. Now 236.5. This one did open up at 234. So line move agrees with me. But I think the over here in this one, again, 6-4 to the over last 10 meetings between those two teams. All right. We got Hornets and Thunder here in this one. Thunder laying a boatload of points once again here, 15 total here in this one, 232.5. You look at the injury report for the Hornets, not pretty, but same thing with the Thunder, not that pretty of an injury report as well. You look Brandon Miller, Kneipel, Kalkbrenner, Saloon, plenty Diabate, plenty of pieces, question marks here for the Hornets. And then you can say the same thing about the Thunder. You got Jalen Williams, Isaiah Hartenstein, Jiang, Barnhizer, Topic, really bench guys. But still, Thunder also with some guys, kind of depleted roster a little bit on both sides. 15.5 feels like a little bit too much. And then you look 8-2 ATS-wise in the last 10 meetings here versus the Thunder. I got no problem taking 15 points here with those Charlotte Hornets. And if you want to prop, I'll take a shot on an SGA under in his threes. Sounds sketchy, I know, but he's not really a three-point shooter. I mean, averaging about 5 attempts per game this season. 1 out of the last 6 games, he's gone over the 2.5 mark. I think the public still sees the fact that, he's the main MVP type player on this team. Still an impeccable streak of 106, 107 straight games here with 20-plus points. Starting to approach Wilt Chamberlain here. I still think, he's probably going to get his 20 points, don't get me wrong, but I think he does it majority mid-range, free throw line, attacking the rim. Obviously getting assists as well, averaging about 7 assists last 3 games. Give me the SGA under 2.5 threes. Again, I think Hornets are going to close out as well on the perimeter. Give me the Hornets here plus the 15, taking a shot on SGA under threes. But I like that game a little bit as well here, Hornets and Thunder. All right, on to the next one. We got the Suns and the Rockets. A little bit of bad blood here already between these two teams. Obviously, Dylan Brooks making some comments, getting KD riled up, some bulletin board material. Definitely not the guy you want to piss off here, Kevin Durant. Just still a walking bucket no matter how old he is. You look at the injury report here. Grayson Allen, game time. Jalen Green out. Sengun out. Adams, game time decision. 2 bigs there missing for the Rockets is a little bit sketchy. And then you look at how the Suns have been playing as of late. 8-2. Excuse me, that's actually the Rockets. The Rockets are 8-2 last 10 meetings here versus Phoenix. But again, Suns this year, what I was trying to get to, 23-11 ATS-wise, up about 12 units back in the Suns night in, night out. Rockets not a slouch themselves, 18 and 14 ATS, not that bad. But again, laying 7.5 points. The bigs are not there. I'd rather be here on the Suns plus a 7.5. And again, this one could get quite chippy here. Dylan Brooks running his mouth. KD's I like the 30-plus point prop with him. Wrong guy to bark up here. But still, I would actually still lean the Suns, though, plus a 7.5 here in this one. All right, we got Nuggets and 76ers here. When you look at the spread here in this one, it's a giant one, Sixers side, 11.5 points, total 230.5. Obviously, Nuggets missing quite a few pieces still. Did kind of win a couple games there to start off without Jokic, but then dropped one there to the Nets. What an ugly one. That line, though, told you all you needed to know there, that game there against Brooklyn. But again, bigs out here for the Nuggets. Jokic, obviously, Valanciunas out. Cam Johnson has been a nice piece this year for the Nuggets. He's out until January 22nd with a knee injury. And then Bates as well out for the rest of the year, looking like. Not a huge piece anyways. But you look at the Sixers, Trendon Watford, he'll be out with a groin. Embiid, game time. I don't know if he'll play. Doubt it. And then Oubre out with the knee as well. Yeah, obviously, Sixers probably have the roster advantage as of right now. 11.5 points seems like a lot, but you look, Nuggets 1-5 ATS last 6 meetings in Philadelphia. Far travel spot. Not in love with this Nuggets current roster. ATS-wise for the Sixers as of late, 7-3 last 10 games. I do like an Aaron Gordon double-double. He is back in the fold of things. 20 points there against the Nets first night back, really. I don't know. To me, 11.5 points is kind of where I'm still leaning. I know it's the ugly 1-5 last 6 ATS versus Philly, but a lot of that more than likely probably laying or, not getting 11.5 points here. Special situation here, getting the Nuggets here. Obviously, you still have a Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon. I like some of the bench pieces as well for this Nuggets squad. They're not just going to throw the towel in because Jokic isn't playing. I got no problem taking the 11.5 points here with the Nuggets on the road. But on to the next game. We got Jazz and Trailblazers zipping right on through this NBA slate. Look at the spread here. Big total, 245.5. Trailblazers laying the 5.5 points. When you look, though, Jazz are 7-0 last 7 meetings ATS-wise versus Portland. Not playing the greatest of basketball, though, as of late. 2-8 in their last 10. 5-15 on the road as well in their last 20. It's kind of hard to back the Jazz, even with the 7 straight covers against Portland. You're getting 5.5 points. Not going to get mad at anybody wanting to take the Jazz. This one's probably more of a stay away. The prop I would go to would be a Lauri Markkanen. I kind of want to back the Jazz. I'm just not rushing to the window pretty much. Lauri Markkanen, 30-plus points was where I would be. Tired of chasing the double-doubles with this guy. Multiple games with 9, 8 rebounds. Maybe the points and rebounds prop, again, a 30.5, a 35.5 maybe because he's going to score some points. You look at the most recent games for him. He's been scoring near 30 or if not 30 or more. Lauri Markkanen prop would be where I'd look here in this one. Obviously, a Deni Avdija prop as well from the Blazers side. Might go prop galore there in that one. Again, a high total, expecting a lot of offense. Don't know if I'm going to rush there, trying to touch it over in the Jazz and Blazers. But again, lean Jazz and like those props that I mentioned here in this one. On to the Warriors and Clippers. Clippers here laying, I see a point and a half, 1.5 point favorites, total 223.5. Clippers on a nice little 6-1 run last 7 games. 7 straight wins versus Golden State at home, have been dominating the head-to-head meetings as of recent history. I'm going to go to Curry under 4.5 threes. Again, he's had 5 or 6 straight games with 10-plus three-point attempts. And I think 3 straight games with 5 or 6 threes made. Just think he's due for a tough night from the perimeter. A Kawhi and a James Harden will step up and try to play some defense here. Obviously, the rest of this Clippers squad as well. I'm not mad at, a Derek Jones, John Collins. Let me get to the injury report here on this one as well. Injury report wise for the Clippers. 1 second. It's loading. I see Derrick Jones is out, a piece I've already mentioned. He's out for a while too. Bogdanovich out as well. And then Niederhauser, the young cat, now out possibly with an illness. I don't think that's too big of a deal. Only got 6 minutes last game out. I was trying to give you guys some props with him, thinking it'd be a little sneak up. But, of course, Zubac is back for the Clippers. Really just Seth Curry, LJ Cryer on the injury report for the Warriors. Just not in love with this current Warriors squad. Draymond still cancer. I know it's about a week or two ago when he did this, but you don't cuss out your coach like that's what he did to Steve Kerr. That's just, there's no coming back from that. I know they've won multiple championships together, and, hindsight 2020, I expect them to, work things out. But I think currently right now I'm not in love with the Warriors. Again, 7 straight losses versus the Clippers in LA. I'll take the Clippers here. I'll lay the 1.5 point or take the money line here with those LA Clippers. Again, yes, I would like a Derrick Jones in there for some perimeter defense, some 3-and-D, but John Collins will do that as well as at the power forward position. Obviously an athletic big there. Zubac's back. Give me those Clippers here, playing some good basketball as of late. All right, we're skating on over to the ice. This first game here, Mammoth and Rangers, I'm going to go slide on over to the profile real quick. 1 second. Slide on over to the profile. I'm still working these gadgets. There you go. All right, 1 second. So when you look here, I have some picks already, right? I have my NHL one-timer play of the day. I got my Monday NBA best bet. I do have an NBA trifecta as well, a little 3-pack. Love the NBA slate tomorrow. But then I also have some college basketball, and that's what I was trying to say with this Mammoth and Rangers game. 2 picks in this one. I'm on the total, and I'm on a side here in this first hockey game of the day. But, yeah, I'll just get right on through this hockey slate. Again, scoop up my Mammoth Rangers 2 bets there. I got a total and a side there in that one, a little same-game parlay if you guys dabble in that type of thing. You can obviously go 2 straight bets. But I love this Mammoth Rangers game. And then skate on over here to Ducks Capitals. Tricky game here. Let me read you guys expected goalies and whatnot. Give me 1 second. Pulling everything up. All right. When you look here, Dostal and Thompson here. Expected goalies. Really not bad options. I don't know. Dostal has been hit or miss recently. You look at this Ducks squad, 32nd in the NHL. That's dead last in goals allowed. So that's a little worrisome. And then just not playing the greatest of hockey as of late. 1 second. Let me pull up some of these numbers. Yeah, they're first off, Ducks 5 straight losses, right? But then 1-5 in the last 6 meetings versus Washington. Washington necessarily isn't playing the greatest of hockey either. They're on a nice little 3-9 run last 12. Don't know if I could really trust either team. When you look 30 days ago, Ducks won a 4-3 shootout in Anaheim. 5 out of the last 6 for the Ducks have gone over. 7 out of the last 8 for the Capitals have gone over. Again, 2 top 10 teams in shots on goal. 2 top 10 teams. Again, peppering the nets. And again, Ducks giving up the most goals per game in the NHL. Forced to play this one, I'd be on the over 6.5, I believe. Total, let me get that for you guys. Yeah, 6.5. Washington now minus 145. Almost starting to lean the Ducks. They get a little medicine here. 5 straight losses, but I'll stay away. I like the over a little bit more here in Anaheim and Washington. All right, we got Red Wings and Senators here in this next matchup. Senators minus 150 favorite. Total here is also 6.5. Gibson and Miralainen here expected in goal. When you look recent history between these 2 teams, Senators are 8-2 head-to-head versus the Detroit Red Wings. Red Wings are 1-9 up in Ottawa. Do not like crossing the border there. And Red Wings, 10-5 though, last 15 games, playing pretty solid hockey. But so are the Senators here on a nice little 6-3 run. I think 7-3 run last 10. Little stat I like here, Senators side. Senators are the number 2 team in hockey in face-off percentage. Again, that's a big deal, gaining possession there on those face-offs. Again, -150 is a little juiced. I see if you can get a -140, I start looking Senators' way. Maybe you go in regulation. You can go the -1 if you want to if you really want to get some plus money. You can go the puck line. I won't advise that. Not necessarily the greatest of numbers when I was looking puck line wise for the Senators. But anyways, I would lean Senators here. I guess the -1 or the in regulation. Again, just that 8-2 last 10 versus Red Wings, and then the 1-9 Red Wings in Ottawa. Give me the Senators here in this one. We got Kraken and Flames up next here. Kraken playing some pretty good hockey. So are the Flames. Both of these teams, a 6-1 run for the Kraken last 7, and then a 5-2 run for the Flames last 7 games. 12-8 at home this year for Calgary. Again, started off brutal and been hot as of late. Not a team I basically want to step in front of. I've learned my lesson already with these Calgary Flames. That's where I'd go at the end of the day. Just going with a hotter team playing at home right now. Not a game I'm rushing to the window of the bed. Again, Kraken are playing pretty good hockey, 6-1 run. To me, it would just be a Flames or pass. Probably going to pass here, but just giving you an opinion in each game. Let me give you guys goalies and stuff as well. Grubauer, and Wolf here expected in nets. So yeah, that's lean into the Flames there in that one. But on to the next game, final game of the hockey slate. We got Wild and Kings. This one here, Gustafsson and Kumper in nets. What is it? A -110 here for the King. Basically an even pick'em type game. Wild, or the total here, 5.5. Wild are 10-4 last 14 games. So, playing pretty good hockey. Have been playing good hockey really all year. A team we've backed almost all year. But 1-5 on the road last 6 meetings versus LA. Again, a very far travel spot from Minnesota out to LA. Kings are 3-8 though in their last 11 games. 6-14 in their last 20 games at home. But you look, Wild lost in a shootout there a couple days ago on Saturday to these Kings, 5-4. But earlier this year, they won a shootout 4-3. I think this one's a clear, Wild try to get some value on this. I just think they're clearly the better team. Maybe even a little short revenge spot here. Haven't dropped one there on Saturday to them. Forced to play on this one. I would be all over the Wild here, -110. Just not like what I'm seeing here out of this LA Kings squad. It'd be Wild or pass. I love the Kirill Kaprizov anytime goal. Starting to not get a lot of value on it, but it's because it's cashing. That's why. So give me a Kirill Kaprizov goal. Again, when I say it's because it's cashing, I'm talking about long-term. Kirill Kaprizov, even a Matt Boldy anytime goal. Both of those props there in that one. All right, guys, we're going to get on over to some college basketball. This one here, when we do the college basketball, I'm just going to give you guys my pick. I don't know. I'm going to try to get some of the college basketball in. I have a play or two already in college basketball. This first game here is a tricky one, Columbia and Cornell. I would argue Columbia's played some pretty good basketball this year and one of the better teams they've had. A senior-laden squad, a super experienced Columbia squad, a lot of returning players. That's a good sign when you look at this Columbia squad. But the problem is the last 9 meetings versus Cornell, they've lost. These seniors on this Columbia squad does not know what it feels like to beat Cornell. Cornell runs a super high, fast pace. We saw what they did there against Michigan State. I was trying to give you guys an under. How embarrassing. Cornell, the things they do from the three is shooting the most threes in NCAA right now, Division I. Also, percentage-wise, a very high percentage. But you look, they're 0-7 last 7 Ivy League games, or is that Columbia? I got my numbers, my stats all mixed up. Excuse me, guys. I wrote some wrong stuff down. Columbia here is a top 12 rebounding team, a top 50 defensive team. Again, 8-2 in their last 10 games, not playing that bad of basketball. And again, I said it, these seniors do not know what it feels like to beat Cornell. This is not even a quadruple revenge. This is a 9 revenge. I mean, this is like, I just can't see them keep on losing to a Cornell squad. I get it. Cornell's going to push the pace. They don't care who they're playing. They push the pace against Michigan State. Obviously, that didn't work out too well for them. I'd still lean Columbia here. They slow it down. They use that defense to close out on the perimeter. We're just waiting on a Cornell to have a bad night from 3. They shoot so much. Sometimes they even have success scoring even on an okay night because just how many threes they're jacking up. I still like Columbia to finally get the monkey off their back here. I know I was kind of long on this one, but again, Columbia would be where I'm at. I think it's a plus 2.5. I'm seeing Columbia here would be the pick. All right, we got Nebraska and Ohio State. This one I'm leaning towards trying to get free. This will probably be a freemium pretty much. I'm leaning Ohio State. I just tired of this Nebraska squad. Again, undefeated, have been doing some big things this year. The Michigan State game last time out, just big time. I don't know. You look at some of these numbers. It's Nebraska's top 25 offensively and defensively. You look at last year's game, it was a 116-114 Ohio State win. I'll go to a Bruce Thornton and I'll go to a John Mobley over 3s. Probably 2.5 will be both of their numbers. Both of these guys, impeccable guards. I think Ohio State has the backcourt advantage here. And being favored here by 2.5 points, I think the line tells you everything you need to know. Take those Buckeyes here. I think Nebraska gets their first loss. So that's how I feel about this one. Again, that's freemium. I will more than likely put that up on the site as well and bet that one personally. I love Ohio State here to finally give those Cornhuskers an L. I think Sonny here is the Cornhusker fan. Sorry, Sonny. We're going with those Buckeyes. All right. We got Alabama State, Arkansas Pine Bluff. Don't know if I see a number or a spread on this one. Give me 1 second. Spread on this Arkansas Pine Bluff game. All right. Yeah, no number, no total or nothing. I'm just going to give you guys some stats on what I see. Pine Bluff, the better shooting team, especially from the free throw line, a massive discrepancy. I thought 76% to 62%. Arkansas Pine Bluff with the free throws. Both teams ranked near the bottom 350 in defensive rating. Player to watch on the Arkansas Pine Bluff side. If you don't want to touch this game at all, I get it. But prop-wise, it's a Jaquan Smith here, 30.5 I'm looking at for the points plus rebounds with this kid. You look 20-plus rebound, 20-plus points, almost 10-plus rebounds the last couple games for this kid, leading the team in points and rebounds as well. Again, it'd be a Jaquan can't even speak. It'd be a Jaquan Scott over the points and rebounds. And, yes, I kind of like Arkansas Pine Bluff here. Again, just the better shooting team. Both teams dreadful defensively, but a lot of that's because they're getting, smashed by big-time D1 teams. Interesting game here. Again, waiting on a line here in this one. On to the next one. We got Lamar and Southeast Louisiana. I'm seeing Lamar here, 1.5-point favorites, total 135.5. Both teams in the bottom 250 to 350 in pace, points per game, field goal percentage. Not the greatest of shooting and offensive teams here. But then you look, last year's meeting was an 81-79 C-Law victory. 4 out of those 5 starters on that C-Law team are no longer on the roster. Lamar, meanwhile, have the Andrew Holyfields of the world coming back. A kid, 6 for 12 from 3 last time out versus McNeese. Also one of the second or third leading scorers on this Lamar team. A pretty solid team as well. 6-3 last 9 meetings against this C-Law squad. Obviously, some of that is not with these current Lamar kids, but I get Lamar dropped it last year. I think this is a revenge spot for them and currently the better roster. Give me Lamar here minus the 1.5 and what's probably a freemium as well. Staying away from the total, again, could be a tricky one. I don't like how both teams are not great shooting-wise, and I'll just leave it at the fact that I think Lamar gets it done. A little bit more talent on the roster here in this one. We got Milwaukee versus Green Bay taking on Doug Gottlieb here. You look 7-3 ATS. Milwaukee his last 10 meetings. Obviously, a lot of that's before Doug Gottlieb even got to Green Bay. But it's not like he's turned this thing majorly around. I mean, it's been a little bit of a step in the right direction. The shooting stats all point to Wisconsin Green Bay, but all the defensive and rebounding stats point to Milwaukee, kind of the defensive team versus offensive team type battle. You look at last year's meeting, Milwaukee won 70-59. To me, I would be on Milwaukee here. Again, I do see a minus 2.5 with Milwaukee, total at 147.5. I like Milwaukee here in this one. All right, we got Oregon and Rutgers here in this one. And again, I'll go to the site to show you guys real quick here. Oregon, that's one of my Oregon and Rutgers game here is one of my, premium picks. Go scoop that up. The line is starting to get a little outrageous Oregon-wise. Went from 3, 4.5, 6. Is it outrageous or is it not? Rutgers has lost a lot of talent. What comes to mind is obviously the Ace Baileys, Ron Harpers of the world, or Derek Harpers of the world that was on the team last year. I don't think this Rutgers team has as much talent. But Oregon, again, laying 6 on the road, far travel spot. You look here. 1 second. 1-7 ATS-wise at home is Rutgers, though. Oregon's on a 5-0 ATS run as well. 75-57 victory last year against a better Rutgers team. The concern, though, Oregon-wise, is this Jackson Shelstead is going to be a game-time decision with a hand injury. I don't know how effective he's going to be, and that is a big-time perimeter piece for Oregon. But again, if you want to know what side I'm on, go scoop it up. I already showed you guys I have that one in already. Nice little premium pick there in Oregon and Rutgers. All right, on to the next college basketball game. We got some Ivy League action here. Dartmouth and Harvard. I'm seeing Dartmouth the 6.5-point favorites. Total 144.5. Dartmouth is 4-2 ATS-wise last 6 games. 10-2 ATS-wise last 12 versus Harvard. So they've been playing Harvard tough. This is one of the better Harvard squads, probably right behind Yale this year in the Ivy League. But a player I'm looking at here on the Dartmouth side, I like the Dartmouth side as well, would grab the 6.5 points. Kareem Thomas over 3.5 threes, maybe 2.5. Again, try to find plus money on this kid. 55% from 3, shooting about 2 threes per game, making 2 threes per game. 25 for 45 this year from 3, about 2 per game. Like I said, I think he may even get 3 or 4 in this one. Again, this is a big-time step up here against a Harvard Ivy League rival. Give me Dartmouth here plus the 6.5, and I think Kareem Thomas here, this guard, is a big reason why. Give me Dartmouth, though. On to the next one. We got Penn and Princeton. Princeton dreadful, 2-8 last 10 games. They did steal one, though, against Vermont last time out. We were on Vermont. What an ugly loss. Seemed like everybody was on Vermont there, too. I don't know if I can just now try to hop on the Princeton bandwagon. Not going to overreact. It's just one game. I got no problem going to Penn here. A top 15 team in the country from the 3-point range. Penn lost last year against what I would say is also a better Princeton squad from last year into this year. 95-72 was last year's game. This is a revenge spot. The shooting pace, the pace, points per game, all point to Penn. 7-1 ATS run, and I've won 10 straight here versus Penn, though. That's what's scary for if you want to back Penn. Look at Princeton is what I was trying to say. Is they're 7-1 ATS last 8 games, even though they're 2-8 last 10 straight up. They're covering a lot of these games. 7-1 ATS wise. We got a short price number here, so I'm not going to worry about that. What scares me is the fact that they've won 10 straight games versus Penn. Again, this is similar to the Columbia spot. At some point, it's got to go the other way. I got no problem trying to back Penn here again, and what I think is just simply the better team. Obviously, look at the shooting numbers and et cetera. Give me the Penn Quakers here in this one. All right, we got Yale and Brown here in this next game. I'm seeing Brown the 8.5-point dog here at home, total 146.5. When you look 5 straight covers ATS-wise for this Brown squad, but 0-6 ATS-wise in the last 6 meetings versus Yale. Obviously, Yale has been a powerhouse in the Ivy League. You look at their last 18 Ivy League matchups, Yale is 17-1 straight up. Do they cover 8.5 points, though, against a chippy Brown squad? I don't know. You look, Yale is 10-3 ATS-wise versus Brown. Again, like I said, the upper echelon of this Ivy League program. This is one I'm not rushing to the window to bet. Could make a case for really both teams, even though I like Yale probably a little bit more here. Again, just don't want to step in front of the Ivy League powerhouse here, but I'm not rushing to lay 8.5 points with anybody. I think we could find value in other places. But if you want to lay it with Yale, go for it. Anyways, on to the next game. We got Prairie View and Southern. What an ugly one this one is here. 2 SWAC teams. You think of the SWAC, you just think of how they get bullied here by these big-time D1 programs. But Southern at times competed, especially first half-wise against these big-time schools. I'm seeing that they're laying 4 points, 7.5 points. This thing either moved or I had the wrong line, but 7.5 points here. Southern is laying total 162.5. Prairie View, 15 straight road losses. Some of that dates back to last season. They are 6-2 ATS-wise on the road, though, this season. A lot of that's getting giant numbers of the plus 29s, the plus 33s of the world Prairie View will get. I don't know, 4 out of the last 5 games have gone over. 9 of the last 12 games have gone over for each of these squads. Both 80 points per game, both top 20 in pace, bottom 200 in defense. Total 162.5 for a reason. I would lean over here in this one. Don't want to lay anything with Southern like that. Minus 7.5 is getting sketchy. Probably lean to them sidewise, but I'm not betting that. I'll be on the over, if anything. Prairie View and Southern over 162.5. We got Northwestern State taking on Nichols. Nichols is the 8.5-point favorite, total 144.5. When you look at Northwestern State ATS-wise in its last 15 matchups versus Nichols, they're 5-10 ATS-wise. Nichols is on a 5-1 ATS run currently, playing pretty good basketball as of late. Both teams are 7-3 to the over in their last 10 meetings. And just their last 10 games in general. 7-3 to the over. Northwestern State actually won last year's meeting 72-60, despite the recent history going to the Nichols side. Defensive rebound, defensive numbers, rebounding numbers, and shooting numbers all point to Nichols. No problem laying the 8.5 here. Northwestern State, not to rag on this program and not to talk about football when we're talking about basketball, but this is a program that the athletic department is super, super underfunded. You talk about losing a football game last season or maybe 2 seasons ago now to Stephen F. Austin. They lost 190-0 in football. I get it's football, but the program, I don't want to back this Northwestern State program. It'd be Nichols or pass here in this one. All right. We got Stephen F. Austin and McNeese. McNeese, obviously more of the powerhouse school in this conference. Obviously lost to Will Wade and the rest of that crew. Followed him up to NC State. Kind of like Stephen F. Austin here, grabbing the 9.5 points. Might be up to 10.5 now. I am seeing 10.5, total 142. I'd be on the points here with Stephen F. Austin, the better three-point shooting team. Okay, McNeese is a significantly better free throw shooting team, but when you look at the defensive rating and foul rating for Stephen F. Austin, near top 30 in the country, 10-2 ATS-wise this year is Stephen F. Austin, and you're grabbing 10.5 points. Seems a little too good to be true, but I'm going to have to trust it here. I'll go Stephen F. Austin here, plus the 10.5 points in this one. All right, zipping right on through this college basketball slate. We got Incarnate Word versus University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. Not in love with this Grand Valley squad. We're 5-9 this year. What? When you look 5-7 ATS compared to a 7-5 ATS for Incarnate Ward, Incarnate Ward shooting the three is 8th in the country in three-point percentage, almost 40% from three as a team. The main culprit of that has been this Taj Stavesky. 3.5 threes on his prop. We'll take the over, maybe 2.5. Again, we're trying to find plus money. He's shooting 38% from three this year, averaging about 2.5 threes per game. Taj Stavesky here from Incarnate Ward over on his threes. And yes, we like Incarnate Ward. I'm seeing it almost a pick-em price. A little sketchy, if I'm being honest, because I think Incarnate Ward's a little bit head and shoulders better than this UTRGV team. But give me Incarnate Ward here. And again, I like that prop. Taj Stavesky here over 3.5 threes probably is what you'll need for some plus money. But again, big-time shooter here. And the team shoots well from three as well. Incarnate Ward here would be the pick. We got Texas Southern taking on Grambling. I'm seeing Grambling here as the, 6.5 point favorite. Yep, total 147.5. Texas Southern is 1-9 ATS-wise this season. You look at Grambling, 8-4 ATS-wise, 5-1 as well, last 6 ATS-wise. You glance at all the stats, all of them point to Grambling, but neither team really impressive. Both of them near the 180 to 300 range, and we're talking field goal percentage, rebounds, protecting the basketball, defense. All of this is not the prettiest of stats. Again, these teams get smashed when they play these big-time D1 schools, but I think Grambling's the better of these two schools. I'd be on Grambling here minus the 6.5 if forced to play. On to the next one. We got East Texas A&M versus New Orleans. Boy, oh boy, New Orleans 2-8 last 10. They're on a 2-6 ATS run. When you look at their last 17 home games, New Orleans is 2-15 in their last 17 home games. Obviously, a lot of that was point shaving last year. Look it up. New Orleans point shaves. Are they still doing it? Probably not. They got the feds watching. But at the end of the day, I'm still on East Texas A&M here. 4-2 last 6 meetings ATS-wise versus this New Orleans squad. I am waiting on a number in this one. I'm expecting them to lay something, possibly a 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. I'll take it all the way up to 6. East Texas A&M here in this one. All right, on to the next one. We got Texas A&M. CC. I think it's Corpus Christi. Yes, Texas A&M Corpus Christi here versus Houston Christian. Again, not a number here in this one, but 5 straight losses for a Houston Christian. When you look ATS-wise in their last 16 home games, though, they are 11-5 ATS-wise is Houston Christian. But you look, Corpus Christi here, 5-7, 5-2 in their last 7 games. Both of these teams, 5-5 ATS, 6-6 ATS. Just think Texas A&M Corpus Christi is the better squad. Again, I don't see a number yet on this one, but that's where I'd be leaning there in that one. All right, on to the next one. I thought I had Mississippi. Yep, Mississippi Valley and Alabama A&M here in this one. Almost through all of the slate here for Monday. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe here. Comment as well in the comment section, in the chat. We are zipping right on through the slate. When you look here, Mississippi Valley, 10.5 point dogs, 1-14 this year, just dreadful, right? But 7-7 ATS-wise, they do catch a lot of points consistently. This is actually a kind of a shorter line for them. But you look, Alabama A&M is 0-5 ATS-wise in their last 5 SWAC games. 2-6 as well, ATS-wise, in the last 8 meetings versus a Mississippi Valley. 8 straight road losses. I mean, I can get on Mississippi Valley State here, catching 10.5 points. Sounds crazy, I know, but this might be a spot here to go to Mississippi Valley State. Player prop I do like here is the main guy for Mississippi Valley. He's going to jack some shots up here is this Michael James kid, averaging almost 20 points a game, 19 and a half. Try to find some plus money. I think he gets up to 24, 25 points in this one. Only way Mississippi Valley can stay competitive with an Alabama A&M is if he has a big night. So again, I'll lean Mississippi Valley State here plus the 10.5. It's ugly, I know, and I like that prop there with Michael James, leading scorer of this Mississippi Valley State squad. So that's all I like in that game. Final game of the night, we got USC taking on Michigan State. I'm seeing a 9.5 point spread, 11.5. This thing is starting to get up. Michigan State here, 11.5 point favorite, 151.5. USC is 1-7 ATS wise last 8 road games. Again, far travel spot. Did just get drummed, bludgeoned, whatever words you want to use against Michigan. That was completely ugly. You catch 22 points against Michigan. I don't know. I get it. Michigan looks like a complete juggernaut this year. They've been beating teams by 30, 40 points. So I wasn't surprised at all to see USC get blown out like that. But you still would have liked to see them cover that number. I don't know if I want to back them here. Michigan State not necessarily playing the greatest of basketball as of late either. 0-4-2 pushes. So haven't won in the ATS-wise in their last 6 meetings or games. But then you look, the shooting percentage, the rebound, and the defensive numbers all point towards Michigan State. They're 11-5 ATS-wise in their last 16 Big Ten games on a Monday. I know that sounds crazy, but think about it. On a Monday, starting the week off, and you got a Big Ten school coming into your hometown. Michigan State shows up here in this spot, led by seriously one of the best point guards in the nation here, this Jeremy Fears Jr., obviously brother in the league. He's been a cash cow a little bit here, picking our spots with him. I like picking the spots with the assist with him in these big games. Duke game comes to mind, 13 assists there. I think another one there against Cornell, he had about 11 assists. Anytime it's going to be a high-tempo type game, which USC is not going to be scared to push the pace here a little bit against Michigan State, Jeremy Fears is going to control the tempo and pace of this game. Savant with the basketball and a way of finding the open man. 9 assists per game, one of the best point guards in the country. Don't know, 11.5 is getting a little sketch here with Michigan State. Again, 0-4-2 ATS-wise last 6. I really just like the Jeremy Fears Jr. prop. 10-plus assists for him. Why not here? Maybe even a double-double out of him. So that's what I like college basketball-wise, guys. There you have it. That's what we have for the Look Ahead show, guys. Again, like and subscribe. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We are back Monday through Friday, Monday through Sunday. Really, I'm going to try to do this. I hope you guys stayed away from a lot of this Week 18 action. Again, a lot of people sitting out. One of the worst weeks of NFL football to bet, in my opinion. But now we have the best here to bet. Playoff football coming up, college and pro. So there you have it, guys. Check out the comment section. Sonny is back. Steelers, baby. How about it? Yes, those Steelers got it done. What a sweat that was to, start the game out down 10-0. I thought the play calling was a little questionable here to start the game. And I was yelling at the TV a little bit, like, what the heck are the Steelers doing? I didn't like the tush push in the beginning of the game on their own side of the field. I was screaming to punt it there, but it's whatever. We got the victory. Let's not complain. We'll take it any way we can get it. This guy, only I can go 22-13 and lose money. I'm a parlay betting idiot. Hey, parlays are I'm not going to comment because I like parlays too. I parlay as well, and I also straight bet. That's the thing. I try to, let's say 100 straight bet, $10 to $20 on the parlay. That's the ratio. Maybe about a quarter, or not even a quarter unit. You're talking a tenth of a unit on a parlay. And I don't know how many you have. 4-teamer? 4-teamer, he's saying, that's not even bad on a 4-teamer. 100, 25, 50. Nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. I like to call that wrap, straight and wrap. That's just a way I like to do things when I go to the casino, especially betting in person. you can do it on the mobile app too. Don't get me wrong. I bet mobile app mostly. But also, yes, nothing wrong with, in my opinion, 4 straight bets with a little sprinkle of a parlay. But yeah, that sucks when you miss on something by a half point. I got on a half point. I think it was today actually with Manhattan. I bet that one personally. I didn't put that one on the site. I can't get everything on the site, guys. A lot of action. I was on Manhattan today, plus the 6.5. They lose by 7. Ugly one. That one came right to my mind. Talk about a half-point beat. That's why you got to find the best of the number. It's a difference right there, too, between a winning and losing year. But again, let me show you guys how we started this year off. Again, only 5 days into the year. I get it. But I'm pretty happy. I'm not going to be complaining about the run that I'm on. Today, only one bet. Took Steelers there plus the 3.5. They went outright. Should have went money line sprinkle. Not going to get greedy. Last 7 days has been nice. And again, this year number is since the start of 2026. So that's why it's only $76. I got bludgeoned in college basketball or college football. Took Georgia, took Bama, took Texas Tech. Ugly. But I've had to bounce back. And check out what I have on the site. I got a best bet. I got a NHL one-timer here. And I also have some quick picks as well here, or single packs with this Oregon-Rutgers game. Again, I have a same game parlay for you, Sonny, because I know you love those parlays. Same game it. Or if you want to go straight with a little same game parlay sprinkle. Nothing wrong with that. But I love this Rangers-Mammoth game. I'm on the total and side in that one. But yes, check out what we have on the site. Leaderboard-wise as well, it's been pretty solid. I think I'm up there on the 7-day leaderboard. And obviously for today, just 1-0 is all we needed to get. Just chipping away, trying to go long game. Consistent winning is how we do it. 1 or 2 unit profit a day is all I'm looking for. But yeah, you look how I started off so far. 2-0 in college basketball, 1-0 NBA so far. Again, college football smacked me around. Try to get cute in the college football playoffs, degenerate style. Look at last year, 4 sports profitable in. Would have liked to get my MLB and college football on this thing, man, but I got knocked around in MLB. I've only been on Tony's Picks since about June. So, I only had about 2.5, 3 months of baseball to work with. It wasn't the best baseball season this year. And then college football, still 16-14 last 30 days. That's how it's been all year. It's been 50-50 all year. It's been pissing me off all year, especially, 0-3 like that the other day. I don't sugarcoat anything around here, boys and ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't sugarcoat anything. -6 I was on, +7 I was on, +2 I was on. Ugly. But it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. But there you have it. There is the Look Ahead show. We are pretty much done and through with the show. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe as well. God bless everybody out there, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the Look Ahead show, and maybe even possibly try to get on this morning show, double dip a little bit. But again, best of luck to everybody out there. Again, check out what we have on the site. Link is also in the description. Sign-ups for something long-term is what I suggest. A 30-day, even the year pass. Again, $1,200 may seem like a lot for some of you, but if you're serious about betting, also using a 2-for-1 capper promotion, you get 2 cappers there for that price. I got no problem there pushing the long-term subscriptions for you guys because, again, you also get late Steam plays, all the updates of when a play is in. Some of these packs that I have out, also other plays that are not in packs, you will see. I like to put around 6 to even 10 possible plays in a day. Sometimes it's light, like today, tricky slate, only put 1 play in. So it's, we're just trying to make money at the end of the day. Bottom line. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Best of luck with your bets. Let's make tomorrow a winning day. Peace.